Welcome to Splatter News' Agony Aunt. And as you can see, it's the Christmas season. So Merry Christmas to everyone of my viewers out there, and it's nice to see you all back again. So I'm going to start with the first email. It's from a chap called Jimmy. He writes, "For the last few months I've been casually dating 3 different ladies. I'm now in a secure relationship with one of them. My problem is I can't stop texting and flirting with the other 2. They are on my social media contacts and I can't bear to delete them. Sam, why am I still flirting with them?" Good question, Jimmy. If you're in a secure relationship with one of them and you've, moved on and decided that that's the one, why are you still flirting with the other 2? And in my mind, I think that maybe you're keeping the other 2 in the back burner, kind of keeping them warm in case things don't work out with the one that you've decided to have a serious relationship with. So it is a little bit selfish, and I hope you've let the other 2 know that you have, settled down into a relationship. I think that's the fairest thing to do. I mean, if they know that you've settled down into a relationship with this other woman, they'll be thinking, okay, we're just friends, and that's nice. Some people date someone and they actually want to be friends with them, and it's not the love of their life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you know you're flirting with them and they're flirting back, then they're still hoping that something may come of it, and you know that they're hoping that, and that's why you're kind of playing that game with them. It's not all that fair. I mean, they may, one or both may know that you're just keeping them on the back burner and may be fully aware of that. In their own minds, they might be thinking, well, if I'm desperate and he becomes single again, I might actually go out with him again for a bit of fun. But you don't know that they're thinking that. You're just hoping that, you can still flirt and keep them on the back burner. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. It's up to you what you do. At the end of the day, it's not for me to tell you. You're just asking why you're doing it, and I think it's definitely that reason. I think you know that. I think you know that you're kind of thinking, they might still be around if things don't work out with this other one. So it's up to you what you decide. Let's hope your now relationship that you're in doesn't see that, because if she sees you or finds out you've been flirting with other women, she's not going to feel very secure in the relationship with you, and that might backfire on you. So really consider that, because I've heard many stories from people where their relationship with a person has come to light with flirting with other people, and it kind of blows up in their face. So just bear that in mind. Don't be a fool to your own ego in a way. So we'll leave that one with you, Jimmy, and I hope you have a nice Christmas. And Helen writes, "Hi Samantha, I'm writing because I'm really dreading the office party this year, the Christmas party. I made such a fool of myself last year by performing a table dance for the guys in the breakout room. I'm the quiet one at work, but when I have a few drinks, I lose my senses. I'm expected to attend. What should I do?" Well, Helen, Merry Christmas, and sorry to hear about last year's disaster. Obviously, alcohol is the issue, so I'm thinking that maybe you don't drink at this office party, that maybe you make an excuse, say that you're on antibiotics or that you're driving, so you can't drink and drive, or maybe you could ask someone that you're really close with at work, if you have a close colleague, to kind of watch your back, and after you've had a couple to, pull you aside and say it's time to leave before you start doing the table dance that you did last year. I mean, these things do happen. It's a shame. Everyone, every once in a while will have an experience like that, and they'll wake up the next day being horrified and they don't know how to face their colleagues after the holidays. And obviously you've had that experience and you don't want to have it again. So it's either don't drink and make up a story that you're on antibiotics and you can't drink with them, or that you're driving so you absolutely can't drink, or see if you have a colleague that you really trust that will watch your back, that notices when you've had a few too many and says, time to go home, shove you in a taxi. Ask someone, if there is anyone that you're close with, to keep an eye on you. But really it's your responsibility, and your responsibility is probably don't get drunk. So I hope that you do attend. There is the option of pulling a sickie and saying you're too ill to go to the office party. There's that option. But it'd probably be better to actually attend the party, not get drunk, not do a table dance or anything of the sort, or make out with someone that you don't want to, and have a good Christmas party experience that you can look back on and go, oh yeah, I didn't do it every year. Once you have a good Christmas party experience where you don't make a fool of yourself, people will, they'll start seeing you as normal, and it was just that one-off, that one Christmas. So best of luck, Helen, and I hope you do have a good Christmas experience all the way through the holidays. And the last one is, someone sent this in anonymously, so I'm going to call them anonymous. It says, someone close to me drinks and drives often this time of year. I have spoken to them about it, and they laughed it off, saying they are perfectly fine to drive and have never had an accident. What should I do, because it worries me? Right, so anonymous, it's never okay to drink and drive. I lost a friend who was quite young, many years ago, and his mother actually, both were killed by drunk drivers. Same accident, was tragic. It's a very selfish thing for someone to do that, to drink and drive. And it's awful, because very often close friends and close family members, or even other people in the community, know that someone's drinking and driving. And that is a deadly, deadly thing to do. And if you knew that someone close to you was going out with a knife, just stabbing people or a gun and shooting people, you'd call the police and you'd put a stop to it. Now, even though you care about this person, and this person laughed it off, said, I've never had an accident, you know that what they're doing is potentially going to kill someone or themselves, or cause serious injuries. And you have a responsibility, knowing that, to actually do something about it. So what I'm going to say to you is, you actually should report them. And there's a reason why, police, in various countries at this time of year say, could you please report a drunk driver? Because they're the ones who have to pick up the pieces and go around and tell family members the horrible news that someone has been killed by a drunk driver. So if I were you, I don't know who you are, male or female, anonymous, I would actually make that call and put a stop to it, because people's lives are precious, and nobody, no matter how much they think they're in control of that car when they're drunk, they're not in control, and they have no right to make that decision at all. It's a very serious subject. I can understand why you've written in anonymously, but yeah, get the guts to do it, because if someone gets killed, or even that person kills himself, you're going to have that regret. And although you're probably fearing that they'll get in trouble with the law, yeah, they will get in trouble. And they should face the consequences. It's growing up time. If you're going to potentially put people's lives at risk, yeah, grow up, face the law. It's not okay. And that's it for this week's Agony Aunt, and I hope everyone has a happy holidays. And remember that the, office dog is not just for Christmas. You have to work with them in the new year. So please drink responsibly. And have a great one. Bye.